Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. It's me Anil and we are in the series of online food ordering website using ASP.NET. In previous video, that is part number 9, we have seen user profile where we have displayed the data of user. Okay, and from there we can update the user profile as well. And now in today's video, that is part number 10, we're going to display list of menus in menu page. Okay, so let's start it. Close this, go to menu page. In user folder, you will find menu page. So here we'll find first some categories. Okay, then we'll find the menus. So here menu part starts here. Okay, so let me tell you about this. If you notice here for burger, it having the name dot burger. So here it's fetching the class. In CSS we know that with dot we can access the class, right? So here same the in class we have passed the category name. Okay, so based on that here it gets that item filtered. Okay, so data filter attribute is taken here. So based on that, if we click on which category, based on that the class, it will going to find from here list of menus. So here in list of menus, if we check here, we have a list of menus. So every menus have different classes used there. Okay, can see can see here the first one pizza, second burger, pizza, pasta, fries, pizza, burger, burger, pasta. See, right? So we have different categories here. Okay. So based on the class, it will go to filter accordingly. Okay. So suppose if I am clicking burger category. Okay. So here it has the data filter with the class burger. So it will going to find the same name here in the class. So the burger here one 2 3, there is 3 class for burger. Okay, so it will going to uh, filter it out. Okay, so and this and we're going to display that uh, manually. Okay, so this is how it works. So we'll going to remove all this one, and we'll going to left only one menu, and we're going to take that menu inside repeater control. Okay, so let's see. So let's remove this one from second till the last one. Let's select it. Okay, we I left the first menu. Okay, that is a pizza. I just remove it. Okay, now I have only one menu for the pizza. Okay, you can see here. Okay, here we have SVG, that is for cart icon. We can see in the list of menus we have the cart icon. So when we click on the cart icon, it should add it to the cart, right? So that icon is coming from this SVG. Okay, so we're going to take here one repeater control after this class row grid. So here we're going to take enter. Let's take a repeater control from toolbox. Go to toolbox. In data we can get uh, repeater control. It's here. Double click on it or just drag and drop. It will going to add here. So our repeater control has been added here. Let's change the ID of it. R products, R for repeater and it's for products, right? So inside this repeater control, we're going to take item template. Now inside this we're going to take our this menu for the pizza. Okay, the menu pizza, we're going to take the code from here inside this item template. So let's minimize this and select from start till end. Cut the code from here and paste it inside this item template. Okay, it's get pasted here. uh, Now let's select all, control A, select it all and press control K D. The code will get aligned. Okay, let's minimize this SVG. Yeah. Okay, so now, so here we are getting the product image, right? So we're going to bind the data from our database. Let's remove this, and here we're going to take an open angular bracket, percentage symbol. Okay, then we need to take hash. After that, utils, we have utility class, right? But will not able to access it. So for that we need to import the namespace in the above here. Open angular bracket, import namespace. We want to give our project name, that is foodie. Copy, paste, save it. Now we'll able to access this util class. You can see the color has been changed to blue color. Okay, we now uh, dot we'll able to get our the method present in util class. Okay, so we want to access here get image URL, because it will going to give us the image, uh, valid image URL. Okay, so it's a function. In that it will going to take a parameter, that is the data that we are going to bind to this. Okay, so that is coming from event. We know uh, how to bind the data. Okay, so it is going to so here in the event we're going to get the column name, that is image URL. Okay, so we are binding data with the column image URL from the tables. Okay, product table. And in this function get image URL, it will going to take this value and going to format the image URL, and will return here, and it will going to provide the full path URL to this source attribute. Okay, now after that here for the name, that is the product name. Open angular bracket, percentage, hash, then eval. The column name is name. Save it. Okay, let's align this. Okay, now let's copy this and we want to replace this content. This is description, product description, so we'll uh, bind here as well the column description, select till and this line, okay, and we'll paste here this one, the eval part, okay, the eval part, okay. So here we're going to take the column name, that is description, okay. So let's copy this. The same we going to use here for the price, okay. So let's align this. So I pasted here. Let's take the column as price. Here instead of dollar, I have to take rupee symbol. Okay, I'm pasting here the rupee symbol. Okay. Now you can see the SVG, the icon, the cart icon, which is coming from this SVG. Okay. So this SVG is taken inside this anchor tag. Means we can click on that icon. So instead of anchor tag, we're going to take here the link button, because we know like we want to take the control as a server side control. So for server side control, instead of anchor tag, we have another option, that .NET, that is link button. So we're going to use, instead of anchor, we're going to use link button. Okay. So let's replace here the code. So we'll want to make this anchor tag as link button, ASP colon link button. So it's a .NET control. So we need run a server, as well as we want ID, unique ID, link button, add to cart, save it. Okay. Now we want like when we click on it, it should do some functionality, right? It should add the item into our cart. So for that we need to take here command argument and command name, okay. So first we're going to take command name, that is add to cart, then command argument, and here we need to pass our data binding, the column ID, that is the product ID. So here instead of double quotes, we're going to take single quote. Inside this, we're going to paste this one. Let's take it next line. Okay. So here instead of description, we have to take product ID. Product ID. Now inside that SVG icon will be there. Okay. So when we click on the icon, it should be clickable, and we should get the product ID. Okay, in that button, in that icon. Okay. Okay. Let's save it now, and now let's uh, go in code behind page. Uh, can go from here. Let's just right click on it, view code, or just press F7 key. It will going to take us to the code behind page here. Okay, so now here we want to bind the data to that repeater control, so that it should display when the page gets loaded in the browser. Okay, so we're going to copy some code from other pages. let's say I have a user page. Okay, so let's copy this classes that we want to need here in this page as well. Paste it. First import the namespace. Control dot, it will going to pop up the option for which namespace you need to import. So I want to import the first one. Enter. It will going to import the namespace for that. The last one, that is data table. Control dot, enter. So this namespace has been imported. Now we want to take a function for displaying the products in repeat control. Okay, in category, in admin, we have category page, right? uh, in that we're going to find the method for displaying the list of categories, right? So here we can see get categories function is there. We're going to copy the code from here. Copy and paste it here in our menu page. To change here the repeater control id. Sorry, we don't want to, this category, we want the product, right? uh, okay, for now, like we want to comment it out, but like, further we're going to use this function also. So for that's why I'm not going to remove this. Let's comment it out for now, and let's go for the product page where we're going to find the function where the list of products we can find displaying in the product page. So in the code behind page of product in the admin, we're going to find the product here. Get products. Copy and paste it here. After this, paste. So need to the id same. Okay, don't need to change anything. But here in product crud, okay, we need to change id. Okay, I think I have taken products. Yes, s, just add it s. And here the action name is select. We need to verify the query that we want to use here. So for that, we need to open our SQL Server Management Studio. So inside this, we need to open our the stored procedure that we use, that is our product CRUD. Okay, inside that, like right click on it and go to modify. So here we'll going to get here in the select. So here in the select, we can find here. Okay, so it displaying the list of all product. Okay, but we want the product which is active, means the product, the column which is active in the product, from the product table, the column which have the active value, we need to display that product, not other product which is inactive. Only active product we want to display at the user end. So for that, we need to have another query. We can add it here, or we can just add directly query in our this page here. Instead of this short procedure, we can add the direct query here, or we can get here another query. Let's add it here. Okay, let's copy this, the select one. Copy and paste it after this. So here we want active one. Okay, active product. Okay, so let's change the name here. The first one is, that is for comment, for understanding, for like for which action like we are taking here. Okay, that's for just understanding. Okay, actual the action name is here. So we're going to take here active product. Actually, we need to first check the data type of action here. Action it's at 10. Okay, let's make it 20. Okay, now here we need to take product D, active product. Okay, here we need to change something. We want name. Okay, that is the category name. CNAME, and rest of the details we are going to get it from product table. Okay, and we need to take here this one. We don't want this, so we're going to remove this part, and instead of that we're going to take here one the where condition, where I will get the active product only. Okay, so p dot is active, sorry, is active is equals to 1, because we know is active column is a boolean bool data type column, so it takes true or false or 0 1. Okay, here true denote the 1, okay, and the false denote 0. So here we're going to take here is active is equals to 1. That's it. Like if we select this and run, execute this the selected query, we'll get some output of the product. You can see here the product name, description, price, all the details are coming from the product table, and then the category name, because we have only category id in product table, so we want the category name also. That's why I have taken here pizza. Okay, sorry, the category name here, this one. So that's why I have done here inner join with the category table. That means our query is working. Now we need to execute this store procedure. Okay, so for that just click on execute. It will go into update this store procedure. Okay, now we can access this store procedure query for this action active product. Okay, inside our this function get products, just paste it here, save it. Okay, now what we want, when the page get load in the browser for the first time, we need to call this function, and when we call, it will going to bind the data in our repeater control, and it will going to display data. Okay, so for that we need to here bind in the page load event. So for that first we're going to take here the if condition. First need to check whether the page is loaded for the first time or not. Is post back. In that we're going to call our function get product. Okay, so now let's run and see. So here we have one menu which is coming from our database, and see, let's see our in our database how many menus like product we have. It's one, it's only one product is there, that is cheese pizza. Okay, so that's data is being displayed here with that image. Okay, the name and the description and the price. Okay, now okay, let's remove this view more part. Okay, we don't want that. Then we're going to take here one another repeater control for this menus coming from, that should come from database, right? So for that we're going to take here one repeater control, and we're going to bind to the database. Okay, first we're going to remove this, then we'll take here one repeater control, go to menu design page. So here we're going to find this div tag, just comment it out, control kc, get commented. And here instead of this menu we'll need to take here one repeater control. So this all, the first one, the first menu, that is all, we don't want like it should be here, like no, it's not going to come from database, so we're not going to include this li in our repeater control. We're going to take only the menu the category coming from, that should come from database, right? So the menu start from here, so we're going to replace this from our repeater control. So we'll go leave only one, and we'll remove the rest categories from here. Okay, now we'll take here one repeater control, uh, so I think we need to stop this project, and then we need to take repeat control from our toolbox, or we can directly type it here, xpx hyphen repeater. So here we're going to take id, that is our category. Okay, category for a server. Okay, so inside this we need to take item template. Now inside that we'll need to cut and paste this li. Okay, now we need to bind the data to this instead of this text. Okay, so we're going to copy from here, paste it here. So instead of this okay, so here name will be there. Okay, we don't need to change the column name is name, and here we need to take here as well, because we want to get the data, the class name as well, right? So the class name should be match the menu name, the name, class name should get matched with the category name. Okay, so that's why we need to take here same column value here, but we need this data in lowercase. You can see the class here it's in lowercase. So for that we need to take another class in our code behind page, which will going to which will make it lowercase. Okay, the data coming from this it will going to make it in lowercase. Okay, so for that we're going to take one function inside our code behind page. Okay, here, so here we're going to make one function that should be public string lowercase, and we're going to take here object as a parameter, object. Now we need to return the data as well. Okay, so can see it's already suggest me like the code. So for like, if I want to use the same code, for that press tab, it will go to place here the code. Okay, it will go to place the code here. Okay, so what it will do, the value coming from the parameter, it will go into first uh, make it into string, means it will going to convert it to the string, and then it will going to lower it. Okay, okay, so here we're going to bind the data. So for that we're going to copy this, the save, and paste it instead of this the text we want the dot. Okay, just replace the text with this eval property binding data. Okay, so here what it will do, it will going to get the uh, columns value, that is the category name. Okay, but we want to lower it. Okay, we want to lower it. I think we can do it from here as well. uh, dot to string dot to lower. Here it's there, here option to lower, so we don't need to take that function. So let's comment that this is also option we can do, and that also mean we can do it from the code behind page as well, or we can directly take it in our the XPS, inside our design page itself. Okay, so now we have to take here as well, because it will going to match the name from there as well, here from here also, when it get matched, then it will going to display uh, the match classes data. We're going to filter it and display in our menu page. Okay, so for that we need to take the same code. Okay, copy and paste it here, save it. Okay. Now we need to find this repeat control in the code behind page. So we have already function. Let's uncomment it. Okay. So we need to find this store procedure with this action. So let's see, because we want the only active categories, not the categories which is inactive. And this function is used inside our the admin module, where we are displaying a list of all categories, whether it's active or inactive. Okay, so for that we need to take another store procedure. It's not another store procedure, we need to take another query inside this store procedure. Okay, let's open our store procedure category, right click on it, modify. So here in select we have the query that is getting all categories, whether it's active or inactive, but we don't want the inactive categories, we want only active category. Okay, so I don't think so we have that. So let's copy this, the select one, copy and paste it just below that, and let's change this to active category cat. Okay, we need to replace this part where is active is equals to 1. If we select this and execute, we're going to get the active categories. Okay, so we have only two categories which is active. Okay, and let's see whether we have any inactive categories or no. No, we don't have any inactive category, we have all active categories. Okay, you can see in the column is active, its value, the value is 1, so that's why here we are taking is active is equals to 1. Okay, so now we know to update this store procedure. Just click on execute, it will going to update it. Okay, I think I have been changed the name here in the this store procedure, the product store procedure. We want to copy this and paste it here and make it product, active product. Okay, now execute this means update this store procedure. Okay, that's the comment. Okay, for our understanding. So let's change here the action name, uh, active cat, save it. Now we need to call this function here, so that when the page gets loaded, it should display that type. Okay, now let's run and see. Okay, now can see here the categories here, only two categories is displayed here, the pizza, the burger. Okay, can see now it's working here. In burger there is no menu, right? No product is there. In pizza we have one, right? And all, it will going to display all. Okay, so now let's add one product. Okay, and in burger we're going to add one product, and let's see that. So let's log in as an admin product. Okay, let's add one product with the name burger. So let's add a cheeseburger. Copy. Price, let's say 300, and quantity I have to take here, let's say 20. Let's select the image. Okay, we have to take burger. So this will fine. Let's take this. We need to select category burger and we need to make it active because when it will be active, then it will able to display this menu, this product in our user end. Okay, otherwise it will not, otherwise it won't display. Okay, let's add it. Okay, it's get added here. Let's log out and you can see in menu we have two products now. Okay, so in pizza we have one, in burger we have the burger. Okay, if you click on it will go to get filter. Okay, now this our this category, this our this category, that is menu. Okay, and the product, that is our item, food items. Okay, it's been displayed here and working properly. Suppose if I am having veg pizza, veg burger, or non-veg pizza, non-veg burger, so in that we'll have the space, two words, that is veg and then pizza. First word veg, second word pizza. We have two words. At that time it won't work. This the filtering won't work. Let's see. Let's first change our that category name. Okay, then we'll see that work, whether it will work or not. Okay, so let's go to categories here and let's update the name. Let's do it for this one, pizza. Okay, let's update it. I have to take here veg veg pizza. Update. Now go log out. In menu I can see the menu is veg pizza. Like when I click on this veg pizza, it didn't display any data. Why? Okay, let's see here. Just right click on it, inspect. Can see here the class that we are getting here, veg pizza. Okay, that is proper, but we are having here the space in between, the veg space pizza, but we don't have the same uh, in menu. This is the menu. Open it. Can see here. Okay, we have here pizza and burger. We should have here veg pizza as well. Veg pizza. Okay, but still displaying here pizza. The design page. Okay, here we need to change this one because the name. Okay, let me correct this, the column name first. Let's cross verify from our store procedure. Let's open our store procedure. In category, yeah, it's a category one. Okay, so here what we'll take what we are taking here, the store procedure that is coming from this one. Okay, so here what it takes here. So in this, the column name, the name, the contains, that is the column name is name. Okay, so it should work here. Here in category we have taken the name, it's working, and we're able to see that the column with the veg pizza, right? So it was displaying properly, but here we didn't get the same. We are getting the pizza but didn't getting the proper like word like veg pizza. We didn't get because that is the actual the name, the product name, that is the cheese pizza we are getting there, right? So we need to change this column name because we have the different name, column name for this category in our product. Okay, so let's check that. Go to product category. can see here for the category the name column was there, but we have taken alias as category name. So we want to give this name, this column name, instead of this here the name. Save it and go to browser and refresh. Now we'll able to get the proper data. In menu, like we can see veg pizza. Now we can get the same in here also. Can see veg pizza and here burger. Now it's proper, but still, like if we click on veg pizza, it will it will not going to display because it's getting space in between, and this will treat as two separate class. Veg, one class, the first class is veg, the second class is pizza, but we have the same in the but we have in the same class. So that's why we need to remove the space in between this veg and pizza. Here also in category as well as in product also, where the category name is displayed, okay, here. So we need to remove the space in between. So for that I have to change here, modify this one. So we have to use regular expression here to replace that space in between. Okay, let's cut this first. Select, cut. Now let's take here regular expression regex dot replace. Replace is a function method. Okay, inside it will go to take the first parameter, the actual value, and then what the regular expression value will to take that. Okay, if I enter comma, can see the first parameter, it will take the input, it will, which should be in string. Okay, and then the pattern, the regular expression pattern that we need to take here, and then match evaluator. We don't take the third parameter, so we're going to remove left that as an empty. Okay, so here the first parameter, that is input, the input value that we are uh, getting from tables. Okay, so we're going to paste here that we have cut. Okay, so we have taken the input. Now we have to give the pattern that is in string. So for that, we have to take in double quotes because it's a string. Okay, so let's take double quote here, and inside that we need to take backslash s, that is for space. Okay, but plus as well, plus also we need to take, but this will going to give us error. Also for that we need to take here one uh, at the rate symbol just before the double string. Now the error has gone. Okay, now the third parameter we need to take empty, so let's take comma and empty string. Okay, that's it. Now it will work. Okay, save it. Now refresh the page. Now if you see here in category here, can see now the name, the category name is the space in between has been removed, that is veg pizza. Okay, but still we need to we have to do the same for here also, like in product also, food item product. So we need to copy this one till and till here. It's copy and paste it here, but we need to change here from name to category name. Copy, paste, save. Now refresh it. Now in menu also we can see the same name. Okay, now if we click on veg pizza, it will work. Okay, okay, so now what we want, mm, we want to display a menu. We want to display the menu, that is our category in our default page, that is our home page. In home page, let's close this. Here we are having a static uh, category menu, okay, but we want to display get it display from database, okay. So for that, let's open our the default page, user default page. So here we can see this is a section where the data is displaying. You can see the name test tasty Thursday. Same. Okay. So that means we need to take here the same thing, but where it gets start. Okay. First, let's minimize this SVG part. It's here. Let's enter here and minimize this SVG. Okay, so now we'll come to know, okay, this start from here and end it here, the same the another one. Okay, so we'll remove the other one. We'll take only one, and we're going to take that one category in our repeat control. So let's remove the second one. Okay, and um, we'll take here one repeat control. Let's take ASP hyphen repeater ID R category category G O R Y O R Y, and then we need to take run at server, save it, and inside this repeater control we need to take item template. Inside that we need to take this code, this div tag code. Okay, so let's minimize this, select this whole div block, cut and paste it inside this item template. Okay, so we have to now align this code, select this row, minimize it, and select that div block and press Control K D. The code will going to align. Okay, the code gets aligned here. Now open it. You can see here the code gets aligned. Let's minimize this SVG, that is icon. Okay, so here we're going to, okay, so first we're going to replace the name, sorry, the image, then the name. Okay, so instead of this we have to take, the image URL. uh, okay, so we have taken in menu the product part here, so let's copy this, copy and paste it here, default page, but we don't have the namespace for this utils. So let's copy that namespace from here, select, copy and paste it here, save. Okay, now the error has gone here, the column name the same, the image URL. Okay, okay, let's refresh this. We're able to see two here. Okay, okay, we didn't bind the data in the code behind page for that, so for that we need to like stop this project and then we have to run that. Okay, so let's stop this and we need to bind the data in the code behind page of the default. Okay, so let's go to the code behind page, press F7. Okay, so now we have to call the same function that we have done in our menu page for category. Okay, so first we're going to copy this code, the classes, paste it here. Need to import the namespace, so I am copying the namespace that is required for that. this class you see here. Okay, the namespace has been imported for this classes. Now copy this part and paste it in the page load event. We don't have the product, we'll remove this function. We have to take this function now. Let's copy this function and paste it after this. Save it. Okay, now it will work. Let's run and see. Let's go to home. Okay, so we have two categories. So their image is displaying here properly. Okay, but we need to change this other name as well here. Okay, and here also like we need to link the page to when we click on that, it should get the category ID with that, and it should redirect to the this page, to the menu page. Okay, so let's change it. Go to a default design page. So here in the anchor tag in href, we need to uh, pass the category id, and it should redirect to the menu page. Okay, so for that we need to take here first menu.xps, the page name. Okay, the same page name, menu.xps. Okay, and here we need to pass a query string, say the category id. Okay, so question mark id, the query string name. Okay, is equals to the query string value. So here we're going to bind the data of category id. So for binding data we need to take open angular bracket percentage, and that as then eval. So in this we need to take our the column name, that is category id, category id. That's it. Okay, save it. Now refresh this page. Okay, let's go to the home page here, and when I hover on this, you can see at the bottom, at the left bottom, can see the URL localhost user menu.xps id is equals to 2. The actual id of this category is 2, and can when I hover on this, its id is 3. You can see at the left bottom. So now if we click on this, it's of pizza, right? So it will go on to take here id is 2, but you can see the menu is not get filtered, still displaying all the products. Means we have uh, click on the category pizza, so we need to get here only the pizza item, right? Food item, but still we are able to get this other item as well, like burger. If it is all other item will be there, it will go to display here, but we want to filter that. Okay, so we'll do that in a bit. So first when I click here on this image as well, I want to take that to the that page. So say what we have done here in this button click, so we're going to take the same for here on the image click. Okay, so default there's icon click. Okay, for that we have taken here anchor, and same for the image. So here we're going to take one anchor tag. Okay, so inside this div we're going to take one anchor tag. In that we're going to take the href. So in the href we're going to get the same this data binding, copy and paste it here. Okay, now inside this anchor tag we're going to take this image control, image tag, html image tag. it will display the same, but when we click on, now the image is now clickable. When we click on it, it will take us to the menu page. Okay, save it and refresh this page. Now when I hover on this, you can see at the left bottom, the link is formed. URL link is formed. If I click on this, like it will give us three menu ID three, the querying ID three. Okay. Now we want to work on this. Like we click on the, like which ID is there, like for which category we are going to get here. So based on that, it gets filtered, but it's not happening here. So we need to change one little bit code in JavaScript code that has been used for this, for this stuff. Okay, if we go to the code behind page of menu, not code behind page, in the design page, you can see here the classes used here, that is grid, and this grid is coming from something else. The same here, the filter menu is there, and all that stuff is being used inside the uh, template files inside the JavaScript. And here you can see the custom.js file is there. Just open it, and you can see here that filter menu class is being used here. And here you can see the grid class is called here, and here they have used a third-party library isotope. With the help of that, we can easily filter it this based on the menu. Okay, so based on that, we for that, for achieving this, like we have used that isotope. Okay, but it was already used in this template. So but we need to add, modify it accordingly. Like we want to, it should get work when we click on the category. It should get open here particular selected categories item, food item. Okay, so for that we need to change here a little bit in this code. So we want this code same. Okay, we don't want to change here, and we don't want to change this one also. Okay, this will remain same. After this we'll do add some code, java. So this is jquery. This is jquery. Okay, so let's take bracket in that document dot ready. Now after this we'll to take inside that other function. Before that we need to take one variable, one var id. We're going to get the id from that function. We have to call this function. Within that we're going to get the id from this variable, okay, from this array, okay. So in that we need to call that first, get url vars, it's a function, but it will return the array. So in that with the name we can call that array value, like we have to get the id column in that. So I have to pass here id semicolon. So now we can get the id from that here in this variable id, okay. Now we need to check that first, that whether it's greater than 0 or not. The id is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then we need to remove the class active, the class present in that filter menu. Here in filter menu, the list the class active. So we're going to copy this line and paste it here. So what it will do, it will going to remove from that class the active, the selected menu. It will going to remove that, okay. And then what it will do, here it will going to take one function, each function. Suppose let's copy this one, copy paste dot each function. So basically what it will do here, so I am taking here one command, and here what we're going to do, here we'll check based on the category id. So it will going to check in the menu the url, so which is selected. If it is not selected, we need to make it to select, okay. For that we'll do here, okay. First it will go to check it whether the same category id that present in url, it's been selected or not, okay. If id is equals to this dot attributes, so here we'll take here data id dot value. If it is, then we need to do here one thing, like we need to make it active. If it is match, then we need to make this the class menu, uh, the menu active, okay. So for that we need to first do here, like call that means with wherever it is right now we are present in that. So we need to uh, access that here from this dot closes of li, sorry, of li. In that we need to take add class which is active class, semicolon. Now after that need to add attribute data filter semicolon. So here we're going to now here we need to bind that the filtered data in our that isotope, the library that we are using here, the third party library isotope. So here what we binding the data here. So in all it will go to bind all data. Okay. So that's why like here, but we want to bind the data that based on the category. So based on that we're going to bind here. So for that uh, let's take here dollar grid dot isotope. Here we need to take filter the data that we are getting. We are getting data here. So based on that we are going to add that in this isotope, and that will going to filter and display in the our menu page. Okay. But this menu, which menu is selected at that time, mhm, that should be active. Means it should be the color should be changed of the menu, selected menu. For that this line of code we have done, and if it is active and the menu is been selected, now we need to display the filtered data. So for that we have taken that, and here like so first we need to get the ID, means the ID. Based on that, if it is not matched, we need to remove the active class. And for getting the ID, we have taken this function, the above function, this one, get URL bars. Okay. So from there we are going to get the ID, and based on the ID is greater than 0, means the category is selected. Uh, at that time we need to remove these the active class which are present, and we need to see make the active class with the ID which is now being uh, present in URL. So based on that, it will going to make the class, make that category as active, and based on that, it will going to filter the data and bind it in the that page in that where displaying the list of menus. Okay, list of food item menus. Okay, so we need to return that, return semicolon. Now here we need to take semicolon as well as, and it gets close here. Okay, we have to watch it carefully, like the closing and opening, otherwise it will give you error, or it won't work. Okay, so be careful while doing this part. Okay, now we need to take we need to do some modification in menu page, in design page of menu as well. Okay, so what is that we have taken here, uh, what is that, data ID. So we need to take the data ID as well in that menu page. So it's in here. After this the class name that we are taking here, after that we need to take another parameter, that is data id. So let's enter here. uh, in next line we're going to take that data hyphen id equals to. So here we're going to take this our data bind, that is open angular bracket percent hash eval. In that we need to take our category id. So let's take it category id, save it. Okay, we didn't save this the for changes that we have done in this JavaScript. Let's save it as well as save this menu design code also. And now let's open over this page and refresh. Okay, now let's click on this order now or here the image. So here still we didn't get that active part. When this id2 is selected, at that time automatic this menu, the category that pages should be get selected, and this filter data should be get there. I think that record is been not updated here. Press F2. Well, let's check. Let's close this one. uh, close this, go to source in here, in template files, go to JS. It's a custom, open it, close this one. So here we can check whether we have updated or not. Okay, so so here we have this same the previous record, previous code. So the code didn't get updated now, so let's refresh it again. Control Shift R. Okay, now here the code is updated, but it's giving here error on the hash. The custom. Okay, so here we need to take is equals to this one. Okay, now it should work. Save it and refresh it. For that, press Control Shift R. It will go to refresh and update the data here. Now you can see there is no error here. Okay, that is gone. And what is here? The error showing in console. Okay, let's clean this and refresh this page again. Okay, still we get this error in this custom. Okay, where it is? Okay, but we don't add that. Okay, so we I'm not going to look into it. So let's run and see this one. Let's add a breakpoint here. Close this. In that, when the function get here, it will going to return this value, and we're going to get here id. Based on that, it will going to remove the active class from the present menu, selected menu, and then it will going to check, and then it will going to, if it is id is matched, then it will going to make the id, the menu is active, and based on that it will going to bind the data to this isotope. Okay, so let's refresh this page again and let's see. Okay, the function is not get called. Okay, we need to take a look because I think we are getting an error here. That's why it's not getting call this function at this moment. Okay, so let's check here. Okay, we don't want this, so we're going to remove comment this out. Okay, Control K C, save it. Okay, it's already there commented. Let's do Control Z. Okay, nice. Actually, it was commented two times. That's why it's giving error. One time comment is like that will be okay. So comment and save it, and then refresh here. Now it should get work. Now you can see this breakpoint is highlighted and the cursor came here. Press F11, F8. Now you can see here inside this press F11. Now this function is gets called here, and you can see here in the hash what we get. In hash we get id is equals to 2. Okay, so in hashes we have id is equals to 2, only one value stored, okay, at the 0 index. Now what we are doing here, we have to taking a loop. If suppose if I have multiple value, then it will going to split with the is equal to. We have id is equals to 2, right? So id with the hash with the is equal to, it will go to split, and it will go to add inside this var. Okay, now we have id, okay, at the 0 index, and at the one okay, we have at the 0 index id, and we have the other one that is id is equals to 2. Okay, now it will go to check other again length is now is equal to now length is equal to that. Now it came out. Now it will go to return the var value vars. Now in vars we have id is equals to 2. Okay, so that's why we are calling this here function with the id. Now we are going to get the id value is here 2. Right now is undefined. When we can press F11, it will going to get here the here id's value is 2. Now here it will going to check if id value is greater than 0, that means it's true. It will going to come inside this, and it will going to remove the class active. Now you can see the all button, the all menu is selected, means that is the class that there is present, that is active. So it will going to remove the class active from that menu. That means it will going to, right now it select, right, it will going to get deselect. Okay, press F11. Here it will going to check if it is greater than 0, and now it will going to remove the active class from the this all menu. Okay, now press F8. Now you can see the all menu item, the all button, the all menu button is now get deselected. Okay, press F11. Here it will going to check the id is 2, and the id that we are getting from this one, we have added that data id, right, the category value. The category value we are going to get the same value 2, and if it is matched, then we are going to get the make active to the that menu. Okay, press F11. Okay, press F8. Okay, something went wrong, I think. After that it's not get here. Why it is where we are getting problem here at this one. In each we have to get this one, and based on the data id attribute we are going to get the value, and if it is matched, then we're going to add the active. So we are not getting the value in data id or what. Let's see here. Here, yeah, let's inspect. Okay, we get the id here, data id is equal to 2. So it's good, it should get work, it should work. So we are getting here one error in console. You can see here it's a jQuery error. Actually we have forgot one uh, code here to give. We have taken here code in this li, that is data id, that is the category id coming from table. Okay, but here still in all in menu all we have to give this data id. So we have left that part, that's why we are getting error. So let's give it here. After this data id is equals to data id is equals to 0, we have to take here 0, because we are checking here the condition custom. when it is greater than 0, means when it is greater than 0 and is equals to this value, the value coming from this id. Okay, so this value, that is the category value. Okay, the category value is going to be greater than 0, of course, right? So that's why, like, if it is that and the all is selected at that time, we like we need to check that also, right? So for that we need to give the value as equal to 0. That means we'll come to know that is the all menu is selected. Okay, so that's why we need to take here data id is equal to 0 and save it. And now, like, go to browser and refresh it. F5. Now it should work. Let's see. Let's press F8. Now F11. F8, it will come out of this function. Okay, and F11, it will go to return this id we get here 2. And now press F11, it came here inside this, and it will go to remove this active class. So this selected highlighted this all button, it will go to remove that active class to this all menu. Press F8, you can see here the selected all item menu is been get deselected here. Now came to here on this line, it came inside this function. Here in this function we can see we have only three items in it, because we have the first one is all, second is pizza, third one is burger. Like if we uh, here, if we get select this and check here, we have three item in it. The first, the 0, that is the all. The one, that is the veg pizza. And the second, that is the this one, the burger. Okay, so it will go to check for the first one, that is the 0 position. Okay, now it came inside this for the 0 position. And here press F11. So here it will get the value. You can see here value 0, and that is all. The first one, that is all, if their id value is 0, so it didn't match, so it came out. Now again it will going to come inside this function, because each function is called. Press F8. Press F8. So it will come again here. This time it will go to come inside this veg pizza. So here this time it will going to get the value 2, and this id value is 2. The value of id is 2, so that means this condition will be true. Is the value 2 is equals to 2, so it get matched. Now this time it will go to come inside this if block, and it will go to add the active class. That means veg pizza, menu will go to highlight. Okay, that will go to get selected. Okay, press F11. Now press F11 again. So press F8. Now you can see this veg pizza is get selected, and now we need to filter the data based on the menu selected. Okay, so for that, this data, like, we're going to get here. Press F11. So here, okay, press F8. So here you can see here the data gets filtered. Now we need to come out of this function. So press like F11, it will get out of this function. Press F8. Press F11. F11. F8. Came out. Now it's working properly as we expected. Okay, like, go back to the this is for veg pizza. Now let's try for the burger. Go to the home page, and this is for pizza, right? So let's click on it, and it will go to filter for the burger. Okay, now it's working properly. Okay, so now here in the home page, still we need to this change the name. Okay, the name is still left. Okay, let's change it first. Change it's in the default page, default design page. Here the name, here we have to give this one, copy, paste. And here I think name is the column name. Save it and refresh it here. You can see here the name has been changed. Means it's coming from database West Pizza Burger. Okay, So we have seen this part, like we have completed this form as well as this menu part, and now next part, that is a part number 11. In that part we'll going to implement this add to cart functionality. Means we'll go to create an add to cart page, and in that, like when we click on the card, it should get added to the cart, right? The item, food item should get added in the cart, right? So that we'll going to do in that next part. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye, take care, thank you for watching.